Welcome to today's explainer. Today we're diving into a really fascinating concept from our source material. It's the idea that a car shouldn't just be this purely functional thing that drags you from point A to point B. Instead, it should be a truly unforgettable, emotional experience. We're going to look at the engineering, the design, and really the psychology behind automotive excellence. So it all starts with a simple but honestly profound question. What actually happens when luxury meets performance? Well, according to BMW's core philosophy, the answer is a vehicle that completely transforms the totally mundane act of driving into something exciting, incredibly comfortable, and just undeniably powerful. And we're going to unpack exactly how they pull that off. All right, here's our roadmap for today. We're going to start with the promise of luxury. Then we'll move inside to look at the anatomy of the cabin, shift into gear with the dynamics of the drive, and finally, we'll arrive at that all-important emotional connection. Let's jump right into section 1, the promise of luxury and a design that speaks before the engine even starts.
Our source material makes a great point here. A BMW really has a distinct personality before you even press the ignition, right? It's all baked into that super confident front design. You've got the signature kidney grille giving it this completely unmistakable identity right alongside those sharp, modern headlights. And when you walk around it, you see this sculpted bodywork and a really low athletic stance. It doesn't just look expensive, it looks like it absolutely belongs on the road, just waiting to be unleashed.
And this marks a really brilliant shift in mindset. A basic, standard vehicle, it's strictly utilitarian. It's just transportation. But a true luxury car completely flips the script. It's aiming to create this highly sophisticated, private lounge atmosphere. And to really get a feel for how they achieve that, we need to move past that aggressive exterior and actually step inside. Which brings us to section 2, anatomy of the cabin, or crafting the private lounge. Think about it. Premium materials, highly supportive, comfortable seats, that soft ambient lighting glowing through the interior at night, plus advanced sound insulation keeping the noisy outside world entirely at bay. Oh, and a meticulously clean, driver-focused layout. The crucial takeaway here is that luxury is not just one flashy feature. It is literally hundreds of small, totally deliberate decisions all working together in perfect harmony to build a highly sophisticated environment. And all of those little cabin details, they build up to this ultimate concept: effortless travel. Just imagine driving for hours. In a normal car, you arrive totally wiped out, right? But here, you have a suspension system absorbing every little road imperfection, and climate control keeping the environment perfectly regulated. Effortless travel means the journey itself actually becomes enjoyable. You arrive at your destination feeling energized, not depleted. And that, for sure, is the true benchmark of a luxury cabin. But a modern luxury cabin isn't just about nice leather and cool lighting. It is essentially a highly advanced computer on wheels. And it's driven by a really critical philosophy. Technology should support the driving experience, not distract from it. The digital displays, the voice controls, all those advanced driver assistance systems, they're seamlessly integrated. The whole goal is to make the tech incredibly powerful, but so easy to use that your attention stays exactly where it needs to be, safely on the road ahead. All right, section 3, dynamics of the drive. This is the kinetic shift from static to motion. So think about these steps. Step 1, you press the accelerator, and the vehicle responds instantly. Step 2, you turn the steering wheel, and the car reacts with pinpoint precision. Step 3, you hit the brakes, and this massive machine settles down with absolute confidence. This perfectly captures the immediate kinetic relationship between what the driver does and what the machine outputs. It's basically a seamless, ongoing conversation between human and machine. There's a quote from our source that I just love. Power should be usable, performance should be controlled, and driving should be enjoyable. That beautifully anchors the core driving philosophy here, because it really doesn't matter if you're navigating a tight, busy city grid or completely opening the engine up on a wide, sweeping highway. The vehicle is designed to give you this profound feeling of absolute control and just sheer enjoyment. Let's actually break down how that control is physically achieved. Notice how BMW engineers all the tactile touchpoints. The steering wheel, it isn't just a tool for turning. It is your direct physical connection to the actual texture of the road. The pedals are your direct line of communication with the powertrain, and the driver's seat is literally your command center. You don't just sit in this machine, You are physically and mentally wired right into the drive. Now, this dynamic driving experience isn't just a one-size-fits-all proposition. It is highly adaptable. So, whether you prioritize aggressive, sporty handling or maybe maximum rear seat comfort for your passengers, the rugged practicality of an SUV or the sleek elegance of a luxury sedan, the engineering actually adapts to fit your specific lifestyle, and it does it without ever sacrificing that core driving dynamic. Okay, moving into our final part today, Section 4, the emotional connection. This goes way beyond the specifications. It really starts with identity, because a luxury car is so often a reflection of personal taste and identity. When a BMW arrives, people notice. The recognizable badge, that iconic grille, the aggressive stance, it all projects this global image of performance and status. For a lot of drivers, stepping into the vehicle literally feels like stepping into an extension of themselves. But you know the most sensory moments? Those bypass the spec sheet entirely. Think about the very first time you sit behind the wheel. The guttural sound of the engine firing up, the glow of the dashboard during a late-night drive through a quiet city, or even just a long, open highway journey with your absolute favorite music playing. These are pure sensory moments. They are deeply emotional experiences that take ordinary drives and transform them into lasting, vivid memories. You simply cannot quantify that in a brochure. So here is the final verdict summarizing our sources analysis. A true luxury performance car pulls off an incredibly difficult balancing act. Think about it. It has to be perfectly comfortable for your grueling daily commute. It has to be elegant and sophisticated enough for pulling up to a high-stakes business meeting. And yet, it still has to remain fiercely exciting the second you find a stretch of open road. Wrapping elegant design, advanced tech, and raw performance into one cohesive daily driver, that is a masterclass in engineering. I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought to ponder today. When you think about the design, the comfort, and the sheer thrill of that kinetic connection to the road, what is the one drive in your life that you will absolutely never forget? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope this deeper look into the anatomy of automotive emotion has sparked your curiosity. Keep exploring and keep driving.